Hi everyone, this is Caroline Speaks, the state of our world on Saturday, August 1st, 2020. The coronavirus is still with us, still reigning supreme, and we still do not have a national plan for testing. We never really had a national lockdown. Nothing's happening, but life does go on with this. Remember, you have to wear a mask when you go out. You have to shelter in place. Only go out when you have to, like to the grocery store, the drugstore, the doctor. And always wear a mask when you're out in public. And um, be considerate to our healthcare workers, our first responders, our essential workers, our farm workers, our agriculture workers, our they call it grocery store workers, truck drivers, homeless population, whether they're living in a shelter or on the streets, Native Americans, uh, those living in nursing homes, retirement homes, assisted living homes, and veterans homes. All vulnerable populations, so do your part. Um, Best thing to do is obey the rules, shelter in place when you need to, and uh, definitely wear that mask when you go out in public. Uh, the virus is attacking all kinds of people and attacking members of the U.S. House of Representatives, uh, people who have run for president, so various people. So we have to really make sure we keep others safe. Now, Native Americans, point headlines, are losing daughters and mothers by the thousands. Um, Native Americans living on reservations, they have their own rules. There are sovereign nations, but they do live on land which is part of some state, and the government of those states. Um, I sometimes think they're doing a favor by letting Native Americans have a reservation there, where it should be the other way around. Native Americans should never have lost their land and forced to live on reservations, but they are. So anyway, but the states in which they live don't necessarily recognize their rights. There have been some recent Supreme Court cases which give Native Americans rights to land rights that they won a long time ago but were never honored. And these some of the states where the reservations are, they're allowing oil and gas and other types of companies to come in and use the resources. And these companies bring in people from outside, and they have these man camps, which then end up assaulting the residents of the reservation, and the reservation can't prosecute them because they're not part of their tribal government, and the state government doesn't kind of looks the other way. So anyway, we really have to honor our Native Americans and any Native Americans who have disappeared, gone missing, who have been murdered. We have to solve all those cases and bring to justice those responsible. Otherwise, we have a bigger problem. Now, there are some issues for those who have had the virus and have recovered or have the virus and still struggling with it. Now, if you have the virus, obviously you got it from somewhere, from someone. And especially if you're a healthcare worker, you know where you got it. But the people who are getting sick with the virus, they're having to prove where they got the virus, how they contracted the virus. And these people are facing these challenges from insurance companies, workmen's compensation boards in various states. So if someone is working in your company and they get the virus, then that's on you to help them. I know the businesses are asking the Republicans in Congress to shield them from lawsuits by people who get sick as a result of working in their place or die as a result of working in their place. They don't want to be held responsible. But so I think if you have a company, you're responsible for the employees who work there. You should give them a safe environment to work in. So that's something I truly do believe in. Now, another issue, we've heard in the news that testing is a big problem here. We do not have a uniform testing plan. There are all kinds of tests. Tests are not equal. And apparently, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, said he was going to be in charge of, or he's put in charge of, coordinating testing and getting all the materials and keeping track of everything, who's tested, what the results are. But it seems that this guy, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and the people he formed a task force with, at that time the virus was hitting blue states like Washington State on the West Coast and New York on the East Coast. And they said, well, why do we want to develop a testing plan and take care of all these people if they're not our people? Because our people live in, like, the South and, parts of the West, Midwest, things like that. But it turns out that their people are really all over. They're Republicans in every state. So anyway, they decided they were not going to do anything to help the people in what they call blue states, or states that have democratic governments. And now we know that the virus is all over the place. So their people are being affected. So I'm hoping that Trump and his family and his son-in-law and everybody will be held accountable for what they did during this virus. There are over 4 million cases in the U.S., almost 5 million, I guess. And also about 153,000 people have passed away from the virus, I think. So we really have to get a handle on this, and we can't pass the buck, so to speak. We have a lot of people who have the virus, and they need care. They need treatment. So what's holding things up? I don't know. But it's definitely out there. Okay, apparently as of this evening, there are 4,631,339 U.S. cases of the coronavirus. Quite a bit. We're on our way to 5 million, possibly. So, the same rules apply. Shelter in place, social distancing, wear a mask, no matter what. And the government also really has to step in and provide everyone in the country with a living income, because the way things are now, with the virus spreading all over, there's no cure, there's no vaccine, there's just some treatments that in some cases do work. And if you want people to stay home and be safe, try to stop the spread of the virus, then you have to provide it with them with a living income. I'm totally in favor of that. But the Senate went home on Thursday night, 2 days ago, without doing anything to renew the extra unemployment benefits of $600 a week people were getting, to keep the eviction and foreclosure moratorium in place. They didn't do any of that. They just flew the coop, so to speak. So, not very good, not very responsible at all. The virus, people think it originated in China, but then it came here, so once it's in your country, you're responsible. But I don't know what's going to happen with this virus, but we all have to do our part because it affects all of us, all the time. Now, okay, I think maybe it's time now to do a little song. Song I'd like to sing is Jamaica Farewell. I don't remember who wrote it, but it was sung by Harry Belafonte. kind of a calypso song. Alright, here we go. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say, I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Down at the market you can hear ladies cry out while on their heads they bear ackee rice. Salt fish are nice and the rum is fine any time of year. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Sounds of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls swing to and fro. I declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Okay, hope you like that. It's called Jamaica Farewell. Now, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in this evening. Saturday, August 1st, 2020, for a meeting of Carol Ann Speaks, The State of Our World. I hope to see you all back here tomorrow again. And take care of yourself, take care of others, and remember, voting, very important. Make sure you register to vote and do vote. Study the issues, study the candidates. And kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. So, also, remember the post office needs your help. All these things, you have to talk to your representatives at a local level, the state level, and the national level. Republicans are trying to destroy the post office, and which is very important, especially since we're having an election with a pandemic going on, and it's safer for people to vote by mail than to go to a polling location. Okay. Alright, that's it for tonight, this evening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Again, remember that kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.